Welcome to the following up module of this program. This is one of the most key skill sets to learn because we are in the industry of sales and network marketing. So this is truly one of the most important skill sets to learn. There's a saying in our industry. It's the fortune is in the follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up, and this is very true. The statistics is 70% of sales, actually I think it's a little more, are made in the follow-up. Okay, so you want to be really strict with your follow-up process. You want it to be very organized. I am very, very, very strict with my following up, my process, and how I organize my follow-ups, which I'll explain a little bit when we get further along. How I follow up, and according to each list, how do I follow up with each individual list. So the saying in the industry is you want to follow up at least 7 times or more. They say in the industry, a sale is made somewhere around the 5th to 8th exposure. So each follow-up is considered an exposure to your offer or information. Okay, so why is following up so important? What is the exact statistics? Let me pull up these statistics for you, and these are the statistics in the entire industry of sales in general, regardless of what the sales are. If you're selling homes, cars, insurance, whatever, anything in sales, these are the typical statistics in sales, and you're going to see why following up is so important for your business. Okay, so statistics in sales. Let me pull this up over here on my laptop. Sales statistics: 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. I mean, that's for inexperienced new people. You know, they talk to a few people, they get some interest or maybe some no's, but they never follow up after that. That's 48% of the industry, okay? That's why there's a lot of turnaround in sales. 25% of salespeople make a second contact, make 2 follow-ups, 2 contacts, and stop, okay? So 48 never follow up, 25 make a second contact. That's about 75% of the entire sales industry only makes 2 contacts, okay? 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop, and only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts in the entire sales industry. Can you believe that? That's why even sales, let's use real estate for example. Top producers in the real estate industry are probably 10% or less, right? Why? Because they're the ones that are really strict with their follow-ups, are really strict with their business. Okay, so that's the entire sales industry. Now, why are these statistics important? Because 2% of sales are made on the first contact. Okay, so 2%, that's almost nothing. So it's very rare where you're going to meet somebody or talk to somebody that you know and first introduce your opportunity or your offer or your water to them, and they're gonna buy right on the spot on that very first introduction. That's very rare. 2%. That's almost nothing. It happens, but it's very, very rare. Okay. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. So altogether, that's still only 5% by the second contact. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. and 10% of sales are made on the 4th contact. Okay, so that's still less than 20%. 80% or more of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. Okay, the majority of your sales are going to be in the 5th to 12th contact. So if that's 5th to 12th contact, 80 or more percent of sales on the 5th to 12th contact, but majority of people are making less than 3 contacts. That's, if let's say if 80% are making only 3 contacts, but 80% of sales are made in the 5th to 12th, now you can see and understand why the percentage of top earners and top producers in the sales network marketing industry are making the type of money that they do, because these are the people that are actually working the way professionals do, that are treating their business the way that professionals do. Okay, so you want to be really strict with your follow-ups. I will always follow up with a person literally until they tell me to leave them alone. Okay, if they're showing some interest, I'm gonna keep following up. I'm gonna keep calling you. I'm gonna keep texting you. Okay, until maybe 20, 30 messages you haven't responded back. Maybe I'll take a hint. But you see the reason why, because literally the fortune is in the follow-up. These statistics hold true even in my my own business, in my organization. That's why I'm so very strict with my follow-ups, because literally that's where the money is made. Okay, so I'm very, very strict with my follow-ups. So how exactly do I follow up? That's where your list generation is going to be key and important on how you follow up with people, because when you're communicating with hundreds of people at a time, it's very easy to forget who you're talking to or when you have to respond back to somebody. So that's why it's so important to keep your follow-ups organized. Okay, so that's where it's important to have your list. You have your remember, going back to the list building module, you have your 3 lists: the people that you're going to introduce, the people who showed some interest, and the people that you have to close, that already saw a demo, they saw everything, now they've got all the information, it's time to close them. Okay, this is where the follow-up is going to be key. You want to make a list of everybody that you're going to introduce your offer to. Okay, you got to have that list, and then you're gonna check off the people on the list who are the first people you're going to approach, the priority people you're going to approach. On that list, you're also going to separate who is who's going to be a business partner or one of your sales agents in your organization, and who's just going to be an end user, product user. You want to prioritize the people who are going to be your sales agents, who are going to be your business partners, who's going to build this business with you. Okay, prioritize those people, because those are the people that's going to be your bread and butter people. Those are the people that's going to make you all the money in this business. Okay, because remember, this is not a strictly direct sales company. We have the best of both worlds, the best of direct sales and also the best of network marketing, where we get passive income from our team, from our sales agents, from our distributors that are making sales for us. Okay, so prioritize those people. Get the information in front of them. Okay, now you got the list of people who showed interest. You're ready to talk to them. You want to invite them to see a webinar, to see a demonstration, a live demonstration. So make sure the list of people who showed interest, that you have their name, and what I like to do is I like to kind of put what their hot button is, like what is it that that they were interested in about our offer, about our product, about our business. because that specific area is what's going to sell them. Okay, because remember, whenever somebody joins you in your business or purchase a product from you, it's because they see your offer as a solution to a problem that they have currently. Okay, so and we call those hot buttons. So what is the specific aspect of your offer, of your product, of your opportunity that what is that aspect going to solve in their life, the problem that it's solving in their life? So you want to know what that is, put it next to their name so that they you know how to approach them and how to give them the right piece of information to help them make that informed decision, how your offer is going to help them. Okay, and then you also want to get them to see a demo as soon as possible, within a week to see that demo once they're getting the information. Now the last list, the closing list. Okay, the list of people that you have to close. If you go back to the list building, we kind of went into it a little bit. After they've seen a demonstration, after they've seen a webinar, a presentation, if they did not close yet, and they have not joined your team, or they have not bought a machine from you yet, there's two things that you have to know. You must know these two things. One, you have to know why. Why did they not join you yet? Why did they not buy their machine yet? Whether it's a funding option, they need to come up with the funding, the down payment. They're applying for financing. They're waiting for a credit card to come in the mail. They're waiting for a commission check. Whatever that reason is, you need to know what that reason is. Typically, after they've seen the demo, if they say no, then they say they're excited. They can't wait to get started. They'll say, okay, so what do you still need to do to get started? Then they're going to tell you why they're not able to get started right at this very moment. Okay, so you need to know why. The second thing you need to know is when. Why and when. Okay, so whatever the reason why is, when are they going to get whatever they're waiting for? So if it's a commission check or waiting for financing, waiting for a down payment, when are they going to have that? So let's say, for example, they say, I'm super excited, I can't wait, I'm just waiting for my commission check to come in. Okay, when are you expecting that commission check? The commission check is going to come probably in 2 weeks, maybe a month, once I close this house that I'm selling. Okay, now we know it's a month. Okay, on that closing list, you put down their name, Samantha, selling a house, commission check coming in a month. Follow up 4 days before the month is up. You always want to follow up a couple of days before, they say, because sometimes they could get the money, the funding earlier. So you want to catch them before that happens. There's been times where I followed up a week afterwards, and they ended up purchasing a unit from somebody else because they already got the money and they didn't contact me. They contacted somebody else. I didn't follow up. I lost the sale. Okay, so literally, the fortune is in the follow-up. Make sure you are super duper strict with your follow-ups. Rule of thumb, at least 6 to 8 exposures before a person makes an informed decision to purchase a machine or join you in your team. Okay? So always be following up. Make sure it's written down on your list, the names, when is the next time you have to contact them, okay? and then make sure you're always reviewing that list. Okay, this person said that I need to follow up in 2 weeks. That's 2 days from now. You're calling 2 days from now. Okay? Literally, I would have lost at least 70% of my sales if I did not follow up. There are people that I followed up for years. I just a couple of months ago, maybe like 2 months ago, there was a lady who finally purchased the machine for her health after 3 years. 3 years. Okay. So a follow-up could be something just as simple as a short text message. Hey, how are you doing? Are you still interested in getting a unit? Following could be sending them maybe a link or a video of something that that could pertain to whatever they're going through. And another thing, I also follow up with people who've said no to me. Okay, because even when people said no, they're not interested, they're not ready. It's never a concrete no. It's always just no for now. So I always find a way to create an angle for me to follow up or reopen the door or reapproach the door to introduce my offer again to them. Okay, so for example, let's say somebody who I was trying to get into my business is working another opportunity, working another network marketing company. So it was no. And a couple of months later, I'll reach out again, and I'll say, hey, John, are you sure you don't want to take a look at this opportunity again? Remember Steve, that did join. He already made a couple $100, a couple $1,000. You could have been making that money already at this time. Why don't you take a look at this opportunity again? Okay, so that's just another way I just opened the door back up. Maybe they weren't ready at that time. They just started their brand new network marketing company, but maybe a couple months later it's not working out. Okay, so maybe they're gonna be ready at that time, and now they just heard that their friend did make money when they both looked at it at the same time. So that's just one example of a way where I'll reintroduce or reopen the door to somebody that said no. Because remember, whenever someone says no, it's only no for now. Something could always happen down the road where it might be the right time for them to join your business. Okay, so always look for an angle to reopen the door or an angle to follow up. Okay. So I hope this all makes sense for you. The fortune is literally in the follow-up. The next module, let me see what's in the next module. The next module, I don't have it open. I believe the next module is going to be about time management. Okay. You really want to focus. Your time in doing the things that's going to produce the highest results. Okay, because there's such a thing as being busy but not productive. So we want to make sure that every moment that we're spending is productive minutes, that we're actually creating results with the time that we're utilizing. Okay, that's going to be the next module. I'll see you there.